Hello everybody. Right, let me just get everything going. There's the chat. Hello. Alright, so we've got as above, so below, Yolandi, Divs, and Zanka and Richard. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Oh, as above, so below asked about sources for lucifuge. Not really. Apart from the material that's in the Temple of the Horned Serpent. Beyond that, not really. I mean, you can always look in the Grand Grimoire, also known as what's it called? The Red Dragon, Le Dragon Rouge. It's also known as the Grand Grimoire. That's where Lucifuge Rothercarl originates in the grimoire tradition, anyway. But yeah, other than the usual sources, you know, I'm just having a look here. Is mentioned in the anti-cosmic satanic text Liber Azarat, but I think we know that there's possibly some neo-Nazi connections there. Jehannam, again, probably some neo-Nazi connections there. Too many neo-Nazi connections around. Obviously you'll find him in Connolly, and that's about it. All I can think of, really. But have a look at Grand Grimoire. For kind of like the origin. Not the origin story, but I think that's the earliest mention of lucifuge. Music. Hold on. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Doing some old school stuff again today. Right, so how's everybody's week been? What you all been up to? What's going on? Why is my pop filter in the wrong place? Hold on. Better. Jinx, hello Jinx, thanks for joining. Castle, hello Castle. Had a good week, that's good. It's always good to hear when you've had a good... My week was fucking busy. And next week's also going to be busy. Hopefully it settles down a little bit so I can carry on with more of the magical content. I need to actually still record next month's videos. I usually do them like a week or two before, so I can get them out of the way just in case you know, things get busy. But yeah. As well, so we like keeping things simple through the retrograde. Yeah, I think that's passed for me. I had some internet difficulties, but that seems to have gone now. So hopefully that's I'm out of the woods. Oh, I was messing around today. Hold on, Mimilek's here. Hello, Mimilek. Let me just close this. Hold on. Richard said busy is good, I guess, but mine was bloody exhausting. Yeah, that's the problem. It was exhausting. At least it was. I think it was. It was busy. It was exhausting, but it was. I accomplished what I needed to accomplish. Let's put it that way. Castle, been having a lot of spiritual dreams and other experiences lately. So let me turn my headphones down a little bit. I feel like I'm shouting. Okay, there we go. Spiritual dreams and other experiences. That's good. Yeah, I've met my dreaming's going crazy. Although I've started working on some new stuff regarding dreaming, building the dreaming body. But yeah, my dreaming's, well, last night at least, improved again. So hope it carries on. Dragon, hello Dragon. Thanks for joining. I was going to say I was messing around today with some punk magic stuff, and I've decided to, because I mean everybody's really excited about this by the looks of it. I'm getting some really good feedback, so I'm going to extend that a bit. I've made a Patreon. I'll put the link in just now. I only just made it now, so it still needs some. I've got to put some content and whatnot. I'm going to be doing a zine, a monthly zine. It's just going to be a brochure, like you know the trifold brochure, double-sided. So I'm going to upload that as 2 images, so you can print that out yourself if you want to. You can fold it. You can put it under people's doors. You can put it in their mailboxes. You can put it on their windscreens, in their offices. I don't care. It doesn't matter where it goes. You don't have to do anything with it. You can just do the sigil magic, for instance, that's in it. You can just read it yourself. It's all up to you. But it's all going to be free. I am including a $5 tier for anybody who does want to support the movement, because you know money keeps the lights on and the wheels turning, pay the bills and everything else, so we can actually continue doing all of this stuff. So it's going to be a $5 tier if you want to join, but otherwise it's going to be free. Let me just double check that it was launched and published properly. Yeah, so I was messing around today and I made the first design for August. It was quite fun. Yeah, this is it. Okay. I'm going to put the link in and I'm going to pin it, because that's going to be the important one for today. There we go. Alright, so if anybody wants to go and just follow that, you can hit the join for free button. You'll obviously get notifications then. It doesn't look like see membership options over. There we go, $5. Show your support by contributing to the cause. That's all it is. I'll put the introduction video on there. I'm going to put the punk magic videos on there as well, and then the monthly design. So it'll be like a collection of the punk magic stuff. And yeah, that's it for now. So, hope you enjoy that. Let's see. Okay, oh, it's gone quiet again. Why is everybody so quiet? You're all looking around. Diffs, I have to say your recent video on punk magic was beautifully written. You're quite the wordsmith. Thank you very much. Thank you. I do have some help. Right. I'm trying to think what else I don't think there's much else I can really say. Yeah, I'm going to be going through a 30-day period of doing a particular working that I can't actually talk about because I can't talk about it without kind of going through all the first degree and second degree Temple of the Horned Serpent stuff because it all ties in with a particular rite and just extends on it, builds on it. So yeah, probably talk about that. Black Book of Obimero is still going pretty well. That's on Patreon. Oh, I must actually post the latest phase on there because I've completed that now. I think what else? So my week has been so busy with websites and driving all over the place, trying to sort stuff out with other things. Trying to think what I've been busy with in terms of magic this week. That's about it, I think. So if anybody else has got anything they want to talk about, let me know. As above, so below. Waiting on Samhain to do the Black Book workings. Hopefully we'll pick back up on Necromancy course soon. Trying to meet some ancestors since they don't want to come to me. Yeah, I actually, one of the messages that I got with the Black Book stuff actually doing last night's ride, was that I need to it was reclaim your heritage, and this is really going to be about connecting with the ancestors a lot more than I have been, and actually getting direct messages from them, reclamation of tradition, really. So I feel you there. Belem, hello Belem. Do you know if King Beleth would be good to work with for business-related goals? Just double check. Beleth is more of a spirit I would work with in terms of love-related and also grief, actually, as far as I remember. Let me just double check the information I've got. Yeah, I've got nothing in relation to Beleth and business working. So I'm gonna have to say no, because as I said, my relationship with Beleth, or my association with Beleth, has just been about love, and also helping loved ones through grief, matters of the heart, rational thinking, that type of stuff, but not business. You know, can't find anything. Sorry. Unless you've been, I mean, if you've been in contact with the spirit in communication and have said you know, they can help you with business-related goals, then that's a completely different matter. Then that becomes a very personal association and relationship that you have. So, you know, bear that in mind. Just because, you know, the grimoires and people will say this spirit's office or power is related to X, Y, and Z, doesn't mean that they can't extend further than that. So, if you have gotten communication in that regard, that's very personal to you. So, stick with that. Mimelek, I'm thinking of asking one of the demons to banish my bad neighbor. Just make him leave with their dog. You mentioned Barbatos last week. I mentioned Barbatos in relation to actually communicating with the dog himself, understanding why the dog is barking so much. You've probably got a bad neighbor, and the neighbor is probably abusing the dog. So, you know, might be a good idea just to get in contact with the dog and find out what's going on. And then, if you have communication with the dog, you could probably talk to the dog about a lot of things relating to his owner or her owner, the neighbor, the bad neighbor themselves, and probably work out some interesting things to do in collaboration. He just leaves it alone and hasn't trained it to stay quiet alone. Might also be in pain. It might not just because it's not been trained. The dog might be being abused. I don't know. You know, that's why I mentioned Barbatos. Find out from the dog himself or themselves. Otherwise, call the authorities. If it's a nuisance, it's a bother, then you know, call the authorities to come along and say, hey, do something about it. But personally, I'd rather want to know if the dog's being abused or not first. Authorities are quite next on the list. There you go. Oh, sorry, I'll come back to, as I was so below, Balam said at Memelek, I think working with spirits like Marquis Savnok for protection, King Vinay, Marquis Andros, and President Malphas to get the owner to move. Yeah, it's quite possible. As also below, some dog breeds have separation anxiety, worth noting when trying to reach out to its spirit. Yeah. I mean, I've had a neighbour like that. They used to put the dog on the balcony. They lived in a flat across the road. They had put the dog on the balcony, and it had a collar and a chain, and it was tied to the railing of the balcony, and they just left it there the whole day. And they went off to work, and that's abuse, you know. So this dog just yelped and barked the entire day because it was being abused. It wasn't because it hadn't been trained to be quiet. It was being abused. It was scared. It was terrified, and that is a very bad thing in my book. Dog isn't chained, and it stays quiet during the day. Okay. But at night when he leaves to go drink, the dog starts howling and barking. Yeah, because he's been left alone. Have some compassion for the dog. There's probably something going on that you're not aware of. You don't live in the house. No worries. Havnok is often called upon to find a house, so I think he could make someone move out as well. Nate, Andrus, and Malphas are just good cursing and hexing spirits. Yeah. I'm going to leave that one there. Oh, this sky. Oh, yes, it is sky. Handy, I would do working to get the dog a better owner. Yeah, I agree. Good advice at the limb, thank you very much. Any idea on any source where I can learn how to contact those spirits? Well, they're in the Goetia, all of them. Subnock as well. Subnock is in the Goetia, as far as I know. Let's have a look. Oops, no, that's not how you spell it, that's how you spell it. Yeah, also in the Goetia. They're all in the Goetia, so yeah. Well, yes, Subnock is the Goetia, yeah. Right, what else has been going on? I'll think about that too. The guy is immature, slamming door every day, and all we neighbours wrote him twice letters to stop it, but he thinks he's all might and all. Yeah, if he's going out slamming doors, going out getting drunk, he's probably just an abusive person to begin with. And then meditation and use ends and try to draw their sigils when you visualize. There's actually two topics I want to talk about, well, probably over the next 2 months. One is going to be, I think I mentioned this, I'm going to do a video on foundations again, because I don't think, I do know, people like you guys who have been doing magic for a while, you understand the importance of doing the foundational training, before doing things like contacting spirits and whatnot. But there's so many people who are just getting this TikTok stuff and not doing the foundational training because they don't know, they haven't been told. They just watch a video that says, contact this spirit and you'll become rich and all that stuff, and that's all they think you have to do. No foundational work, no understanding that as soon as you step onto the magical path, you light up like a Christmas tree and all the parasites go, so they get themselves into a whole lot of shit. I'm going to do a foundational. The other one was this idea that the gods and the spirits, the demons, etc., 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 are the ones that do everything for you. You just say, I want X, Y, and Z, go off and get it for me. A lot of people think that the spirits solve your problems for you. They don't. they help you to forge a better you so that you can solve your own problems, but they don't go and solve them for you. But this comes from a very kind of Christian background where, you know, Jesus and God will solve all your problems. All you have to do is pray to them. So it just gets transplanted over when people move across from that to a magical path. And then it's just, you know, all these other spirits and gods. There's like thousands of them now. We can get like more help to solve all our problems. But you know, it's just a total misunderstanding because people are not going through the foundational work. It's really, really important. So I'm going to be talking about that, or those topics, the next couple of months, I think, apart from everything else. I'm like, okay, I guess it's plenty of work afoot then. I'll put extra effort, but I'll work on other fronts too. Maybe I can get authorities to do something. Thank you everyone for the advice. Yeah, I think, you know, if an animal is in a house and being abused, then an investigation needs to be done. So the authorities are going to be one of the best options. But they have to do an investigation. You know, it's not kind of like go in with guns blazing and pull the animals out and find the owner or anything like that. It's find out if there's a problem. If there is, do something about it. You know. But then I think the spirits can fix stuff for us, but they won't do it all the time. The vast majority of the time is a partnership where both sides or all parties involved work to accomplish it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you know, I was going to say the spirits can alter situations, change the roadmap kind of thing. I'm not even quite sure it's that. I think we do that ourselves. But in order to do that, we've got to alter the vibrational states. And in order to do that, that's why we call the spirits, to change that vibrational state so that the roadmap changes. But I personally think we do that all ourselves. I think we don't understand the power that we have. We just give all of that over to the gods and the demons. Because that's what we're taught in Western society. You know, you have to give all your power over to somebody else because you can't do it yourself. You're just a little human being. But I think we need to start understanding the power that we possess and that we have ourselves. I know a lot of people don't work with spirits at all, witches. They don't work with gods. They just work with nature and their own energies and powers and the energies around them. There's no, you know, they don't petition gods to come and help them with anything because they understand the power that they have and the power of the land itself. So, you know, I think we need to come back and understand, have a realization of that. Which is for me, the spirits have opened ways, but the work I had to do myself. Yeah. So. God, I'm gonna have to really get recording. What date is that? It's 27th. Oh, still got a week before August starts. Okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to really get going with recording next month's videos. I've still got to watch 3 movies for the movie review. It's a quiet night. Which movies am I reviewing? Let me just refresh my memory there. All I remember is they're all on Netflix. I'm gonna do The Ritual, Apostle, and Tarot. I'll do those ones. That's all good music. Yep, this is a good playlist. I like this one. It's one of the Spotify daily mix things they put together for you. Will there be audio this time? Yeah, sorry, I did correct it. I did upload it. I just had to redo the whole. Oh, I had to take. I had the audio recorded as a backup because sometimes the mic, the little lapel mic for my phone camera doesn't work. Just doesn't pick up for some reason. So I actually do a backup through this mic, and then just check if it actually recorded or not. And I think when I edited, for some reason I switched the audio off when I was exporting, but luckily I have the backup of the audio, so I put that in. I've sliced it all up according to the movements of my mouth on the video, and yeah, so I recovered it, and it was uploaded again. Yeah. Good film, The Ritual. I can't remember it actually. I know I've seen it, but I can't remember it. Remember what it was about. Yeah, I can't remember. Right, 2 priests. One question is faith, one reckoning with troubled past. Was this the one where the old priest is in Italy or something, right at the beginning, and he realizes that the guy who says he's possessed isn't actually possessed, so he kind of like fools him into, fools the demon into a pig. I'm sure that was that one. Hang on, I've got The Ritual 2017. This is 2025. I'm very confused now. Oh, that's a different one. Oh, that one. Oh, I remember that one. Isn't that the Irish island? A Swedish wilderness turns murky as 4 friends try to mend their strained relationships. However, oh, that one. Yeah, I remember that movie. That was bloody good. That was scary as shit. Okay, I'm definitely doing that one. The 2017 movie. I wish they'd stop naming all these movies the same. Mimilac, I feel ashamed of myself. You gave me Sevnok and I was looking for a lesser spirit. Subordinate, and he's one of the main ones. My eyes are failing me, and I guess reasoning too. I've lost you a bit there, actually, to tell you the truth. I mean, all of the ones we've mentioned are just spirits of the in the Goetia. I don't think there are lesser spirits in the Goetia. If you know me, I don't go for this power hierarchy thing amongst the spirits. So there are no lesser and higher. They all have a job to do. That's really what it's about.
In the back room, she was everybody's darling, but she never lost her head. Even when she was giving head, she says, "Hey babe, take a walk on the wild side." Said, "Hey babe, take a walk on the wild
kind of
side."
assumed he was lesser subordinate. Okay, as I said, I mean, it's in the Goetia, they're just spirits. I talk about each one having legions. I wouldn't even consider them to be lesser. They're just all part of the same team. But Emma, I agree, there is no lesser or higher. They just do or are known for different areas. Remember, and the answer was in front of me while I was scouring the Goetia just now. Okay. Well, as long as you found the answer, there you go. That's the main thing.
Take a walk on the wild side.
I think this. I know a lot of people do kind of view the spirits within the grimoires as having this power hierarchy, and that is a Christian concept. And the grimoires themselves are from a Christian background, really, Christian magic. But even within the magical communities, there does seem to be this idea that there is a power hierarchy, especially when we've got these titles like king and prince and prelate and things like that, which kind of give this assumption that there's a power hierarchy again, king over prince over marquis, etc., etc. But it's really not about the power. It's just placing them into various classes, and within the Goetia itself, the different. They could have used different titles, but those titles are really. There we go, Belem. I think their ranks are just about planetary associations. It's exactly that. It's just putting them into classes where you can then have particular correspondences. So, these ones are associated with the moon, and therefore you can use silver with it, and these particular herbs which are related to the moon, etc., etc., etc. So it just makes it easier for correspondence purposes, but I don't consider them to be power hierarchy. I was going to say something else about that now. Can't remember. Go on. It'll come to me if it's important. But yeah. Oh, I was going to actually add to that. This is also part of our westernized programming. And this brings me back to punk magic again. And anarchy is the idea that there's an authority which has power over us, and that's wrong. There shouldn't be this concept of one party or person having power over a group of people. That's where anarchy starts coming in. So I don't believe that should be part of our society, and therefore I'll definitely not add it into my magic. So everything has importance, has a reason for being. So yeah. Belem at Mimelek, if your intuition says that you should work with Marquis Sabnot, then follow that intuition. That is my advice. Yeah, Sabnot's quite a rough dude, actually. Let me have a look. Brilliant for protection, absolutely brilliant for protection. If anybody wants that aspect, it does say in the grimoire. His office is to build high towers, castles, and cities, and to furnish them with armor, etc. somebody was asking about business-related stuff. Might actually be a good one as well. Depending on what business competition you've got. Also, he can afflict men for many days with wounds and with sores rotten and full of worms. He giveth good familiars and the request of the exorcist. Brilliant spirit, gotta say. The Malek Belair, while my intuition is silent, I'd have to do some meditation and listen inside me, because I really get like big signals by it while awake. Yeah, also divination, do your divination, make sure, you know, always do your divination. Check if it's the spirit you should be working with or not, and if not, have a look for another one. Although in my experience, most of the marquees are kind of rough, but they get the job done if they agree to work with you. Yeah. Is that not related to Earth? Because the N is Tassa Sadnok Onkar Lirach. Lirach is Earth. Figure out why my correspondence here says element fire. I wonder if she give it Earth. Sorry, just rambling on. As a Vasovila, I feel like it's also extremely important to know your own energy before working with any spirits. Oh yeah, no, before working with anything. It's know thyself. You know, everybody talks about shadow work nowadays. But before that got popular within witchcraft, it was know thyself, you know. Find out who you are. All the good bits, all the bad bits. Integrate everything that you are into, you know, your being, and that's I think that's when we start to realize how powerful we actually are, just on our own. I think it's an important thing to know. I'm an old fart, so yeah. Right, what's going on then? What's that? All the usual, well, all usual people are here, but the other usual people aren't here. There's no Kerry, there's no Andrea. Excuse me, I'm going to be yawning a lot. Right. So I've been focusing on dream work as well. Me too, actually. Oh, Andrea's here. Hello, Andrea. Welcome. I was just talking about you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna focus a bit more on dream work myself, because well, part of the work I'm doing, and that the Black Book's working with Devil. Been trying to get communication through dreams for the past few months, so yeah, I have I guess I've been working on dream work anyway. It's just part of the whole program. Yeah. Dragon, what can you tell me about the spirit angel Samael? Samael is angel of death. There's a lot of mythology around Samael, but I consider Samael to be the angel of death. Also, I kind of like to kind of fit in with the lore regarding Samael being the father of Cain. I know Lilith gets involved in here as well. Trying to remember what that actually comes, how that actually fits in. Hold on. Let me pull up my information. Andrea, play my song. Was it this one or the one before? What was the one? Oh, the one before was Breakfast in America. Supertramp. Samael is an angel of death, discord, chaos, and war, and he is connected to the planet Mars. Yep, that's all the basic stuff. There was something regarding the law that I'm just trying to remember. But, you know, when you can't remember, you go check your information. If I can find that. Bloody hell, where's all my stuff? Oh, there we go. In relation to the name to Samhain, but I'm not going to go there. It's a bit of a very far off sidetrack. He's accuser, seducer, destroying angel, though is not necessarily considered evil. Actions are believed are all good, such as the destruction of sinners. That's a general Jewish thing, though, is that although Christians may consider a particular spirit to be evil, it's a necessary part of nature, so, you know, it gets seen as this balancing act. Responsible for separating the soul from the body at the moment of death. In this role, he is often portrayed as a fearsome and relentless figure, carrying out the will of divine judgment with impartiality and severity. However, Samael is also seen as a guardian and protector, watching over humanity and guiding souls on their spiritual journey. In Gnostic cosmology, Samael is sometimes equated with the demiurge. Sometimes in some lore is also said to be the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Samael represents the forces of limitation and ignorance that bind humanity to the cycle of samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Yeah, additionally, Samael is believed to be the father of Cain. Also linked to the figure of Lucifer, because Samael can be considered to be bringer of gnosis in some contexts. So I can see the chat going up. I'm just trying to go through all my notes here. So I showed planet Mars, as was said. Considered the angel of Tuesday and the element of fire, symbolizing courage, passion, and the warrior spirit. As the angel of death, Samael is also seen as a harbinger of transformation and renewal, guiding souls through the cycle of death and rebirth towards spiritual liberation. I've got a lot of notes. Psychologically, kind of represents the shadow self, the darker aspects of human consciousness that are often repressed and denied. Yeah, that's about it. That's it. Yeah, that's all I've got in my notes. So I hope that helped. Rebel. Was it Rebel? It was Rebel, David Bowie. Okay. As above, so below, I'll call him Old Sam. Love Samael. Yeah. Very protective, but stern like Belial. Yeah. It's very kind of like that. The stern father figure. Kind of outsee Samael. And yeah, I mean, technical issues, so I'm probably going to be lurking. So that's okay, don't worry. Mimilek, for a while your audio went dead. Oh, did it? Sorry. I assume I'm back now. The mic's working. Okay, alright. We're all working again. I'm not sure how much it went dead, so I'm not sure how much you missed, if anything. I do a lot of silent humming and stuff and things like that, so. Andrea, keyboard is to one side and can't read much or type too well. No, that's okay, don't worry. Live love, hello, welcome. Okay. Can hear you. Okay, good stuff. Alright. You said it was a short moment but noticeable when you were discussing Samael. Okay, I hope you didn't miss too much or anything important. Oops. Oops. No, let's do that. Let's go there. There we go. 258. I can't quite read that name. I think it says Eblis. I think it's Eblis. Hello, by the way. Have you come across the Love Boo Boo fashion doll craze on the? I have, yeah. I think they're pretty cute actually. Oh, that was it. 358, this is 380. Sorry, I'm just checking Gematria stuff. It's not equating. Andrea, how's everyone doing today? Doing alright, thank you. Coming back to the Labubu thing, I believe that people think that the Labubu dolls are possessed or something. I think they're cool.
He knows all the chords. But it's strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. If then an old guitar is all he can afford.
Apparently the designer is Asian but grew up in the Netherlands, heavily inspired by Nordic folklore. Yeah, I can kind of see that actually. It's that toothy smile and the big eyes. Oh, they're labelled as plush toy monster elves. Well, there you go, yeah. You also said some have tried making connection to Pazuzu, but it's a stretch. Interesting, a very big stretch. I think that's just a similarity with the name. Andrea, I haven't seen the dolls yet. I go have a look. They're really cool. You'll like them, I think. Where do you find them? All over. Let me... Labubu. Oh, they've even got a Wikipedia page, so I'll send the Wikipedia page and you can have a look at them. Ebus is a conspiracy on the TikToks here. Oh yeah, well, you know. It's on TikTok, it's gotta be real. TikTok, bloody hell. Yolandi, they are no longer sold in the UK due to fights that broke out. Really? Oh god, it's funny. Here you go, here's the little boo-boo doll for Andrea. Yep, there goes my music. Let's see here. In May 2025, Pop Mart announced it had paused selling the Boo Boos in all 16 of its stores in the United Kingdom until June to prevent any potential safety issues following multiple reports of customers fighting over them. Oh, people are the funniest thing. Really are. Like, is anyone here besides myself fan of Freerun? Beyond Journey's End. That's a new one. Have to have a look at that. Cute. Yeah, they are cute. They're very cute. Hold on. You've got this. Freerun. Freerun? Not something I would have watched myself. Japanese manga. Looks interesting though. Right, I'll pop up that won't go away. There we go. People fighting over dolls. Yeah, I know, it's funny. Oh, remember like lots of people got into that anime manga. Yeah, not one I've heard of before, I must say. Yolanda, I'm sending you a link of the video in which the lady did a video on the Labubu craze. Okay. Send away and I'll pass it on. Here you go. As above, has anyone here ever grown mugwort from seed? No, definitely not me. I don't do well growing things from seed. As we have established in the past. I think it might be actually be better getting a sapling or something. Andrew, I'm out of touch. This is the very first time I've heard of them. That's okay. You've got potatoes growing in your garden, so that's cool. If anybody has joined since since I announced this at the beginning, if anybody has joined since then and missed the announcement, I am extending the whole punk magic thing a little bit. I've created a Patreon. The link is pinned at the top if you want to go check it out. I'm going to be doing a monthly zine that you can. It's going to be free. Everything's going to be free. I have got a $5 tier there just in case you want to support the whole thing, but everything's going to be free. So there's going to be a monthly zine that you can print out, fold up and give to whoever you want to, just send it through your neighborhood, I don't care. Do whatever you want, just pass on the message type thing. Or just don't, just keep it to yourself, and you can read it and do at least the first one anyway. The August one is going to be there's a little sigil for what was it? I created the whole thing today. I can't even remember what I did. Brain. Let me look. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's gone. Oh well. Let's go over here. Hopefully I can find it again. Bloody hell, what did I do with all this shit? Okay, I'll find it now. But yeah, there's a little sigil in there for it'll be things like that, and there's like song lyrics from punk bands and whatnot. Let me just go find out. What the hell did I do? This is what happens when I go off on a tangent. Do all this shit and then I can't remember what I did. Spell against conformity. There we go. It's just sigil you can. I think the best way to actually use a sigil like this, especially in regards to punk magic, would be to draw it somewhere, stare at it, and then scream at the top of your lungs at it. Like you would be screaming at somebody who is trying to force you to conform to their will. Yeah, and just get that energy out there. I've missed, everything's gone. Where is it gone? Yolandi, this is the content creator that got me saying in this economy when I'm flabbergasted. Andrea, rootstock is easier to grow mugwort. There you go. Listen to the gardener. As a Vasula, I'm just wondering how invasive it would be in my garden versus in its own space. So we can have a look how invasive mugwort is. Castle, I've been seeing Black Leopard and Black Panther in my visions of meditation. Sorry, itchy nose. I don't feel anything negative from them. They have been helping me around the house and my daily life. Yeah, I've worked with Leopard. What was Leopard? Long time ago. It was Leopard or Panther, I can't remember. And amazing spirit to work with, very motherly type of energy actually. Should probably get that from both of those. Okay, it looks like mugwort can be quite invasive. We'll find out from Andrea. Maybe Andrea can tell us. Andrea does say mugwort is best grown in a container, can spread like that. There you go. The gardener. We've got the confirmation from the gardener. Andrea, awesome. Be right back. Castle. Hey Andrea, are you feeling well today? Miss Yolandi, how are you? Andrea, Castle. Not too good today, just fibro flare. Oh, sorry to hear that, Andrea. You'd have to get your tea brewing. Yolandi, sorry I missed the Obsidian Veil with everything going on. That's fine, don't worry about that. I mean, you can always go back to the same link and watch it. I know some people do that and they still get the same benefits from it. And even if you don't watch it, the magic's being done. Let's put it that way. I just kind of do the live ritual for everybody's benefit, really. Andrew at Castle, how are you doing? Castle, Tower, we pray for you for healing. Yolandi. Non-funeral stuff sorted. Mugwort is a very successful. Mugwort is good, but trans work. Is that trance work? Okay, there we go, all caught up again. Andrea, actually, I am a bit short of ingredients, but next week. Oh, no, sorry about that. That's not good, especially if you've got a flare up. You don't have your tea. Oh. That's water. Castle, the bear totem I work with, spirit bear, very protective and guiding on my path, working with the dead. I actually wouldn't have considered bear to be part of the working with the dead, actually. That's interesting. I mean, I have worked with bear as well for the protective aspects. Especially when I'm kind of walking in a place that I don't feel safe in. I'll kind of invoke bear. Very, very helpful. Castle House. I'm good, thank you. I'm actually doing a lot better. I went to the doctor this past week. So I'm sort of getting myself sorted out again because I haven't been to the doctor in a long time. I haven't been taking my proper meds and things like that for blood pressure and whatnot. Next week I've got to go for blood tests, so probably be more. I might have to go to a cardiologist. Don't know. We'll have to see what results are next week. But I am feeling a crap load better, I have to say. So thank you for asking. How are you? Yolandi, you love this Pink Floyd song. This and Learn to Fly. There are so many good Pink Floyd songs. I was actually doing a Pink Floyd binge this past week. I was listening to all of the albums from the beginning, you know, going through like Ummagumma and Cloud and all of the original stuff. I actually wanted to do a Syd Barrett. Yeah, let's listen. Shall we listen to some Syd Barrett? I haven't listened to Syd Barrett for ages. Sorry, I'm gonna go on a side note now. Castle, you've been doing your Nigong and Qigong? Yes, I have been. So I've been doing the 5 elements again during the week, so that's also helped. But I think now that I've got my blood pressure tablets again, I'm actually doing something about it. I'm feeling a bit better again. Let's listen to this one. Okay, we're going to listen to a bit of Syd Barrett for a while. There you go. If nobody knows who Syd Barrett was, he was a part of Pink Floyd. Let's have a look at the little about section here. He was the lead, the original singer, songwriter, and lead guitarist of Pink Floyd. Roger Syd Barrett. Barrett was responsible for most of their brilliant first album, 1967's The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, but left and/or was fired from the band in early 1968. Okay, so this was he was the original Pink Floyd. Let's put it that way. like this. Yolandi would kind of like my mum's bead jewelry making things. It's beads and it's, I'm not sure, I don't think so. Never been into beads or anything like that. Castle, did you know that Bagua Zhang is based off the I Ching? Well, is that... I don't know, I'm thinking of Feng Shui now, with the Bagua mirror. Barbie Mordka is here. Hello, how are you? Bagua Chang or Zhang. I don't think I've done that one actually. Also known as Bagua Chang. It's Chinese martial art characterized by its unique circular movements. Oh, I can see, yeah, I've got the, you know, yeah, it's the hexagrams. The hexa, no, not the hexagrams, the hexa thingamajobbies of the I Ching. Trigrams, not hexa, please excuse me, I've lost my mind. Its name, 8 trigram palm. There we go. It refers to the Bagua 8 trigrams of the I Ching. Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. Oh, that looks very martial artsy. Yeah. I think I'll do the 5 elements for a while, and then I'll go on to was it 8 brocades, and then I can start doing stuff like this again, because I was really good. I was doing like qigong every day for months. I was really getting somewhere with it, and I just stopped. Really stupid. Bobby Mordka, have you made a division of deities and traditions, dividing deities into protective and confrontational ones? The point is that a given deity can confront us with weakness, and this can be traumatic and dangerous for us. No, I haven't really. And I think you'll find that a deity wouldn't actually confront you with anything that could cause trauma or be dangerous to you. In that case, it could be if you can't handle it, that is. It may be a parasite or an imposter spirit. Yeah, the deities wouldn't necessarily do that unless there was a good reason for it, and in which case you can actually get yourself through it. Yeah, so just be careful what spirits you're actually interacting with. Do your discernment, do your testing, test the spirits all the time. Kassa, it's the wonderful martial arts with Xing Yi. Richard, Bagua is a great martial art, very fun to do and just as beneficial as Tai Chi and Qigong. Okay, so it is actually a different discipline. It's not part of Qigong. Okay, looks very cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to give that some further exploration, I think. Castle, doing Fire Fist of the 5 Elements will help your heart a lot. I do the one that's I know it works with the oh god, I can't even bloody remember the names now. Hold on. Let's see if I can find that one. fine to actually talk about. No, I don't know. I'll have to go looking for it again. That's somewhere else. You also said lungs would be metal and water, bladder and kidneys, and earth is stomach, wood element would help your liver a lot. Yeah, it's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons I started doing the 5 elements with the whole, when I was having the whole stomach issue, was because I needed something that would kind of balance my whole body out properly. You know, the organs as well as the energy bodies. So it definitely helped. As above, so below. So I'm trying to create apathy and protection around myself in the workplace, and start to work my way up in the company with more ease. I want to reach out to a Goetia, but I'm not sure who or if it's even needed. I've been laying sigils and building shields so far. While I was reading that, the boon just popped into my head, and you've already got a connection with Hecate, so you'll probably find boon very easy to work with. And you know, moving up in the company is going to be part of what boon can help with. And boon is just protective to begin with. I love boon. Love boon. Castle, as opposed to imagine an egg shape in your mind. Use purple and golden energy together will protect you and help you do it every day. And do the spirit threads around your legs and build up will help you. Yeah, good advice. Okay, let's have a look here. Castle, I finally got around to get the lady here a new scythe. She seems to be very happy about it. Good, glad she's got a new scythe. Every good spirit of death needs a good scythe. As both so below, thank you both. Never thought it'd incorporate purple into the shields. Yeah, purple is actually, it's not just purple, it's a very specific purple.